Okay, so Upper Deck's Tim Hortons Hockey Cards comes out this Monday, and you're going to be buying some. But what should you be searching for in the packs? And could any of the hits be worth tons of money? Well, in today's video, I'm going to compare this year's checklist with previous years, and let you know which cards not to get too excited about, and which cards could be a gold mine. Let's get into it. What's going on YouTube? Flipping Out SC coming at you with a brand new video. And today's video, I want to prepare you for the release of 24-25 Upper Deck Tim Hortons Hockey. What are the chase cards? Which cards are common? And what cards could be worth heaps? But before we get started, let's take a look at the product and where you can buy these packs. From what I've seen, it's the same as previous years. You can only buy the packs at Tim Hortons restaurants, and with the purchase of a beverage, a pack is $1. Without a beverage, you can get them for $2. Okay, so Matt from the future here. I shot this footage the day before the first NHL game, the Global Series in Prague, and I was watching that game today, and during that game, there was a commercial that came on for Tim Hortons Hockey Cards, and in that commercial it says $1.50 with the purchase of a beverage. So it's been $1 and $2 for as long as I've known. Apparently this year it's changed. It's $1.50 and who knows, $2.50, maybe even $3 per pack without a beverage. So yeah, anyways. Back to the video. As for the configuration, each pack has 3 cards, 2 base cards, and an insert. The base set itself has 120 cards in it. Tim Horton, as per usual, is card number 1, and the rest of the set is composed of current NHL stars. The set itself looks really good, and has a nice 10th edition logo embossed on each card, which I assume is due to it being the 10th year of the set, as many know this set was previously released from McDonald's. But the base set isn't really what we're worried about here. Let's take a look at the inserts. From the most common to the rarest, the first insert we're going to take a look at is the Frozen Hot Shots. These Frozen Hot Shots cards fall 1 in every 3 packs. For the most common insert, I definitely think the design is a step up from previous years. Much better than last year's Hockey Triumphs, and way more thoughtful than the previous 2 years of red die cuts. But this card isn't going to be a hot seller, as it's just too common. If we compare it to the 3 previous years and their most common inserts, this one should sell anywhere from 50 cents for most players and maybe up to $3 for a player like McDavid. The next most common insert on the list, coming in at 1 in every 4 packs, is the True North Futures, another nice foiled out insert featuring Canadian players from the league. The name Future here is slightly confusing, as although they have players like Bedard on the checklist, they also have players like Marchand and Fleury, who I would say are more the past and the present, and a bit less of the future. Either way, for as nice as this card is, I wouldn't be on the lookout for it too hard, as when compared to the second most rare insert from previous years, it should sell for anywhere from 50 cents for a player like Brent Burns to around $3 for a player like Connor Bedard. The next insert is one that I'm not too fond of, and it follows 1 in every 7 packs and is called the Pure Gold. Now, I'm not fond of it because it's ugly or that it's gold, but it's because they don't put enough weight into it being gold. The hobby does love gold, I'll give it that, but having such a common insert being a gold one just doesn't make much sense to me. They've done this in previous years too. In 21-22 and 22-23, they've had the gold etchings, and they just aren't worth much, and they're not very desirable. Either way, this insert isn't going to be a big money maker of any sort, as again, it's just too common, and the checklist is actually fairly rough. A player like Zaka may only fetch about 50 cents, while a player like Slav could be upwards of $4, but I wouldn't count on it. Next, we have the Above the Ice set, coming in at 1 in every 8 packs. And boy, let me tell you, I was excited when I heard that this insert was coming back, but when I saw the picture, sadly disappointed. The Above the Ice set I remember from 2015-16 was acetate and featured beautiful photography of the players from above. This one lacks with its discoed out look and, may I say, slightly ugly border. The checklist of names is solid, but I would have loved to see them bring back acetate cards. This set on the secondary market should get you anywhere from $1 to $5 depending on the player. And for the 3rd year in a row, UD has brought back the In Motion Phenoms, a nice set of young stars that come in at 1 in every 12 packs. The checklist, as mentioned, is of players that at the earliest entered the league during the 2020-2021 season. Again, a nice set that should create a few happy collectors looking for their favorite young talents. Nothing really to write home about value-wise, and judging by past years, these cards should fetch about $2 to $5. From here, we move into a brand new set that I know a ton of collectors will be very happy about, the Sidney Crosby Retrospective. This 9-card set is supposed to look back at the amazing career Sidney Crosby has had up to this point. Coming in at 1 in every 24 packs, this is where the card values should start to creep up. I would assume that cards of him holding the cup, or maybe a card of him during his rookie year, should go for around $20, while the rest will most likely come in at around the $15 mark. And now, we get to the real chase cards, starting with the Timbits to NHL set. A super fun set looking back on NHL players who got their start in the Tim Hortons sponsored league for Little Tykes, the Timbits. A set of 9 different NHL players with names from Colton Parayko and Brad Marchand to the 2 beloved sons, Crosby and McKinnon. These cards fall 1 in every 100 packs and are sure to be a hit with collectors. While a set like this hasn't really come out for a while, the closest comparison I could find was last year's Ice Gems that fell 1 in every 80 packs. With the extra 20 packs of difficulty and wide range of talent on the checklist, I see these cards being valued anywhere from $30 for someone like Parayko or Mercer, and all the way up to $100 for stars like Crosby and McKinnon. And the last common insert set is the franchise trios. Falling 1 in every 200 packs, this set is going to be an extremely tough pull, and should be handled with caution. In other words, please don't stick these in your bike spokes. This set is composed of only 6 different cards with players from the Bruins, Sens, Canucks, Leafs, Oilers, and Canadiens. Not sure if these will have the 3D effect of many other tough pulls from Tim Hortons sets in the past, but either way, I see these cards being a big chase card for many collectors. Due to their rarity and collectability, I see these cards falling in the value range of anywhere from $60 for a team like the Sens or the Bruins, and all the way up to $150 for a team such as the Oilers or Leafs. And last, but most certainly not least, are the extremely tough pulls. All of the next cards have odds longer than 1 in every 1800 packs, starting with the memorabilia cards. The mem cards are, well, the easiest of the chase cards to hit, and they only fall 1 in every 1800 packs. The checklist for this set is pretty wide, so the value of these cards could be anywhere from $35 for lower-end players and all the way up to $200 for someone like Matthews. The next most common is the Signatures Auto cards that fall 1 in every 7,200 packs. However, even with being so hard to hit, I don't feel like the values jump that much, but rather fall due to the weak checklist of players. These cards should be worth anywhere from $25 to $175 each. Next up are the Top Draft Pick and Lemieux Tribute cards that fall 1 in every 12,000 packs each. The Top Draft Pick should be Macklin Celebrini, and I see this card taking a hard hit in value compared to Bedard last year, but that card was doing anywhere from $650 to $1,250. I believe the Celebrini to be more in line with Slavkovsky from 2 years ago and sell for around $75 to $200. The Lemieux also may not be quite as big of a hit as the Gretzky in years past. I still think it should sell around the $100 to $250 range, as he still has a large following and it still is an extremely rare card. The Jersey Autos are next up, and they fall 1 in every 86,598 packs this year, and also have a fairly wide list of talent as well. Dylan Cousins is on the lower end, and I would peg his Jersey Auto to be somewhere in the $150 mark, with McDavid obviously being the high end, and I would assume his Jersey Auto is upwards of $750 and above. And last but certainly not least, back again are the 2 prodigal sons with their autos, numbered to 100 and 87, Nathan McKinnon and Sidney Crosby. Max Auto falls 1 in every 129,896 packs, with Crosby's falling in every 149,306 packs. From previous years, we see that Max Auto usually sells around the $550 mark, with Crosby's going around $1,000. So I would assume those prices, they'll hold the same this year. And there you have it, the entire checklist with values of the 2024-25 Tim Hortons Hockey Cards set. As a piece of advice before I leave you, when a set first comes out, the prices are almost always highest on days 1 and 2. They then start falling from there. So if you hit a banger within the first few days, try listing it quick and seeing what kind of price you can bring in. As a second piece of advice, please don't take my word as law. Obviously, I've done quite a bit of research, but we're never really going to know what happens until cards hit the open market and we see what they sell for. Do your own research on sites like 130 Point and TerraPeak and sell for what you're comfortable with, or don't sell at all. The choice is yours. But that's it for this one. I hope this brought you some value and you enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to hit it with a like and consider subscribing. But until next time, we'll catch you on the flip side. Hey, if you liked that video, you might want to check out this one, or maybe even that one. I think you might like those ones as well.